It's time. It's time for some yoga as healing today. Welcome. I have some fun things today. And two of the things that I would love for you to grab, they're down here, if you have them. And I'm going to show options so that you don't go and turn it off if you don't, is if you can go find yourself a golf ball. Doesn't need to be a Titleist or anything. Although this is a Titleist. I did not know that. And a tennis ball. Okay? Tennis ball, golf ball. If you don't have a tennis ball, I want you to get like a hand towel or even a washcloth. We'll roll that up and we're going to use that instead because I know everybody at least has something like that. And then the golf ball, I'll show another option. If you do not have a golf ball, I'll show something else that you can use to work out that area. Okay, so no stress, no worries. Today, folks, we are going to work on, hi Judy, we're going to work on shifting our energy. How does that sound? We're going to work some good things today. Ooh, also, if you have a strap, that would be great. As always, I'm going to show you options. So if you don't, you're not going to panic. You're going to be like, I'm going to make do. I'm going to figure it out. So something funny, my little microphone piece that hooks onto my pants, the part that hooks, that just broke off. So I got my mic tucked in my pants, and so hopefully it doesn't go down my pants while we practice. So if you have any issues with sound, I'll kind of at least once or twice check over, make sure we're okay once I step away from the camera. But what are you going to do? All right, here we go. Let's do this. That's right. Let's do it. All right, golf ball, tennis ball. If you have them, don't worry. I tend to talk for a minute or two, so you got time. Go grab it if you've got one. If you don't, you're grabbing a hand towel. I'll show you what we can do with that instead. All right, and then a strap if you have it. That's as well. Sad, I've had this mic pretty much since I've started these classes, and so I feel like I just broke a friend over here. It's going to be all good. So today we're going to focus on shifting energy, and I don't know about you, but I think with everything going on, I've heard the expression recently that it's like we're running a marathon. And I'm like, is it really? Because, I haven't run a full, but I've run a half. And when I ran a half, I knew that there was a finish line. And we don't know where the finish line is. I think that's what makes what we are all collectively as a shared humanity going through right now so challenging, is like there's not a finish line. We don't know what it's going to look like when things are all done. And so one of the things that I do to help lift me up, besides read books, is I love listening to podcasts. And I was listening to one with Les Brown the other day, and he says, when you wake up in the morning, it's the best day of your life. And he said, don't believe me? Try missing one. And I just had to chuckle of we did get to wake up today. We did. There is still goodness through all that's going on in the world. There is still good to be had. And so even just doing things each day that feel like they are helping to bring you in alignment is good. It's a step in the right direction. That can be stepping on your yoga mat. That could be going outside for a walk. That could be listening to music. Oh my God, I love listening. I turn on the radio or the music and I just everything sort of melts away. But it's starting to understand what it is about you that makes you feel good so that you can consciously make time for those things regularly. All right, because that's the thing. If they're not done regularly, and I think we all can relate that one of the hardest things is when we are in a slump is to get ourselves out, right? So thank you for coming to the mat. Thank you for making this commitment today and for being here. We're going to work some fascial release a little bit today because I haven't done any class like this yet. I've done them when I've taught, but not on video, just worrying about people having props. But I'm going to do my best to make sure you have something to do if you don't have them. So I want you to find an easy seat. Make yourself comfortable. As always, you can sit in a chair. If it's not comfortable to sit cross-legged, grab a chair, okay? So close your eyes. And I'm assuming one of you would have said something if you couldn't hear me, so I'm assuming we're good. And I want you to take your shoulders up to your ears and inhale. Hold the breath just a little bit, and then exhale. You can either drop the shoulders, or I kind of just like to softly let them go. And do that again. Inhale, hug your shoulders up towards your ears. And then exhale. You can just drop them, let it go. One more time. Inhale. So this is a stress relieving technique. It's called squeeze and release. We're doing it just in the shoulders. And then exhale, just drop, let it go. And now start to notice your breathing. Notice the way your breath is flowing in and flowing out. And as you begin to think, return your attention back to breathing. Visualize as you breathe that there's a connection between the heart and the mind and the brain. So as you breathe, maybe even visualizing the breath moving from the heart up toward the midbrain, creating new space, creating more clarity, and then as you exhale, feeling the breath drift back towards the heart. Bring your hands together in front of your heart, yogis. Today, as we practice, this will become a practice where we not only make space, but we practice maybe interrupting thoughts that limit us or don't serve us. So as you start the practice today and you set the intention, allow that intention to be something that empowers you, that grows you. And on the days that there isn't an intention there, I always invite you just to say, just make space or be open to new possibilities. And then release your chin, let your chin bow down towards your chest. Let your hands come down onto your legs. Inhale, lift your chin. Open your eyes. Good. And we're going to just start with a little bit. You can stay in the chair if you're in the chair. I'm going to switch the cross of my legs. And we're going to start just with a little massaging just of our own hand without using any of the props. So take your right thumb onto your left hand. And I want you to start from the base of your thumb pad through to the arch, just kind of pushing your thumb across that space. You think of all of the grabbing and the things that we do every single day, and our hands are constantly kind of contracting. And so just getting in there here a little bit. Get right in where I have a really tender spot right at the, not quite the base of the thumb, but in just a little bit. So just take some time really slow with your right thumb. Massage along. Just may not start to know. I can see the hand turning a little red, some blood flow going. Good. And then I want you to take the same thumb and now go across the base of the end, all the knuckles. So we talk about this spot a lot. This is the spot, the base of the index finger knuckle that gets light a lot in yoga. So I want you to push across there and just go across every base of your finger. And you may have to move your hand. You may have like kind of small, short strokes. And then come down the outer heel of the hand. There's not a wrong here, okay? So for some of you, you may never have massaged your own hand before, so. All right, and then just go ahead and open and close the hand a few times. And we're gonna switch sides, all right? So again, we're gonna start kind of at the base of the thumb, kind of working our way up. And I'm holding on to the back side, so that's what allows me to have pressure. If you prefer to put your hand on your leg, kind of push a little bit more, that's helpful. And start to work your way up, maybe really getting into that soft spot. Sometimes even just pinching around this area can feel good. We're gonna go across the base of the knuckles. And I like my thumb, but if you prefer to use like a knuckle of another finger, I just feel like I have the most control. And this one, woo, my middle finger, and I'm not giving anybody the bird. I don't know why that one's so sore. But I am right-handed. Wow. Holy cow. Anyone? Anybody feeling that? Woo. Woo, Nelly. All right. Outer hand. Outer heel of the hand. Now, we could spend a really long time. I mean, I kind of want to, but you'd be bored. So we're going to move on. But know that this is something glorious that you can come back to. And I'm not going to use the golf ball yet for this, but even just taking the golf ball and doing it on the center of the palm. Okay, now I kind of want to. But we're going to do something else instead of the golf ball in case people don't have it. All right, come around to all fours. We had about equal time with each shin in front. We are going to do a little bit more for the palm. So we're going to go right to the center of the palm a little bit more right now. So left hand's going to come down to the ground. My right palm, back of the hand down. You're going to take your right knee and you're going to put it, now make sure if you have a wrist injury, yogis, please don't do this. If you do have a wrist injury, then I do if you have a golf ball. I just want you to rotate the golf ball, okay, right into the palm of the hand. And you could pick, maybe that feels better for you. But I love the knee too. So you're going to take, and here I'm trying to almost get a little more with right on the patella, right, that little bony part, because it's got a little bit more pressure. So you're just going to massage a little bit right into the center of the palm. And these are really tiny movements, okay? Really tiny movements. Can move a little bit forward and back. Left hand is pretty much bearing all my weight and my left knee so that I get to control the power and how much pressure is going into that palm. Good, and then lean back. Take your hands and you're going to turn the backs of your hands and just make some circles. I'm doing tucked toes. You don't have to sit on tucked toes right now. You could just be up on shins or on the tops of your feet. Now good the other way. Feels like you might be a belly dancer here. I don't know. Good. We woke up today, yogis. Yes. Okay, other side. Right hand, that's bearing your weight. Left palm, back of the hand down. Take your left knee. You may notice, again, one side's a little bit more sensitive. If you pick your left foot up, your left shin up, that's going to change the pressure as well. And again, I just like to roll a little bit forward. You can kind of probably always see me moving just a little bit forward, little back. Sometimes I like to do more circles, but I'm liking the forward and back right now on this one. What I like about this is it actually hits a lot of the areas. Like I can feel this across the base of the fingers as well as getting a nice massage into the palms. Good. All right. One more time. This time just open and close your hands. You can sit on tucked toes. Roll the shoulders back and down. Good. And then we're going to come to all fours, tabletop position. I want you to lift the heels of your hands, coming on all the ridge tops. And then with control, exhale, slowly set it down. And inhale, lift. Exhale, slowly set it down. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, slowly set it down. Take just your right hand, turn the palm so your palm is facing up, and let's take a cat and cow like this. Inhale. Exhale, round your back. Very slow, very slow. You really allow the stretch to happen in the back of the right hand. Inhale, come to neutral. Exhale, return your right hand down. Left hand switches. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale. Linger a little bit more here. Linger. Push into that right hand. Inhale, come to neutral. Exhale, return the hand. This time turn, keep the palm down, but turn the fingertips towards your knee. Same exact thing. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, round the back. Claw with your finger pads here so you really wake up the inner forearm. Inhale to a neutral spine. Exhale, turn the right hand around. Left hand turns, fingertips point towards your knees. Palm is down. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, back around. Good. You're going to sit back toward a child's pose, forehead to the floor. Breathe in. Take a full breath here. Exhale, breathe out. Good. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Back knee is going to stay down on the ground. Circle the arms up towards the sky. So reach up, Anjaneyasana. Good. And now lift your right heel up. So you're just going to kind of wake up that right calf a little bit. Put the heel back down. Breathe in. Exhale, lift the heel up. One more time. Breathe in. Set the heel down. I'm kind of backing off the lunge just a little bit. Exhale, lift the knee up, or lift the heel up, excuse me. Did I say knee? I've meant heel. Heel down, breathe in. Exhale, hands frame that front foot. Now stay on your fingertips. Right foot back. This will make the transition easier. Left foot forward. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Now make sure here your front knee is right above your ankle. You don't have your knee going past your ankle here, your ankle bone. You're going to lift the left knee, I'll get my body parts down by the end of the day. Lift your left heel up. Exhale, set it down. Inhale, nice squeeze to the midline. Lift up. Exhale, set it down. One more time, breathe in. Exhale, lower it down. Fingertips frame your left foot. Inhale, lift your back knee this time. And we're going to step forward, Uttanasana, top of the mat. Let's lengthen the spine. Breathe in. Exhale, fold and bow. Let that head go. Shake it out. Shake it no. Shake it yes. Put a generous bend in your knees. And inhale, rise. Come all the way up to standing, rolling the shoulders back and down. Good. Now we're going to grab our golf ball. So hang on, yogis that don't have one. I'm going to show you in just a minute. We're going to get the golf ballers started. So we're standing at the top of the mat. And you're going to start with the heel down. You're going to bring your right foot so that the golf ball is going to hit right on the arch. Okay? And all I want you to do is just a little rainbow. Grimacing at you. A little rainbow across the arch with the heel down, side to side. Okay? Those of you that you don't have a golf ball, we're massaging the right foot. You're going to come onto kneeling. You're going to put your right foot down. You're going to put the bony part, or almost right at the top of the foot, down on top of the left foot. You're going to have your knees come together, and you're going to massage with your left foot your right foot. Okay? And I'm turned this way so you can see. So you can see my left toes moving a little bit so that I can get a good massage there. All right? How's the rainbows going? It's not always unicorns and rainbows, but with this it is. All right, now let your heel lift, and I want you to rock a little bit forward and back. So think about Going along the arch towards your big toe to heel, to the arch towards maybe your second toe. I kind of feel like I want to punch someone when I do this, even though I'm not a violent person. But it's just like, yeah, it's so good. Like if you get a reflexology massage, tell me who you go to. I will go. I will go and pay money to have someone massage my feet. Good. I could stay here for hours. There's a lot to work through. But we're changing our energy today, yogis. We're changing our energy. And give yourself permission to laugh while you do yoga, please. Please. If you take it so seriously, I feel like it just can sometimes stifle our alignment. So I'm just doing what feels good now. Whatever feels good. That's what I want you to do. Well, actually, it doesn't really feel that good, but it's like a hurt so good. Not really hurt, just uncomfortable. Highly uncomfortable. Okay, you got about 15 seconds left here. Good. Take one more breath. Probably know those people. Let's switch sides. Okay, yogis that are kneeling. Now your other foot's going to go on top. People that, starting with the heel down, we're starting with the rainbow rolls. Just when they're in either a really stressful situation or even just a situation that's really hard, that they lean into laughter. You probably sometimes maybe even get, what's the word? I don't want to say ridiculed, but you know what I mean. Just, how could you laugh at a time like this? But sometimes it's just what feels right in the moment, right? It's our body trying to get us back into alignment. And so just noticing those habits, side to side. So what I sometimes notice as I do the golf ball work is, can you allow your foot to relax? Because as I just looked down, I realized how tense my foot looked. I was like flexing the toes back. So just try, and those of you kneeling, try and relax your bottom foot. I mean, this is intense. If it's not intense, teach me your ways. All right, now we're going to lift the heel up. You're going from the heel towards the ball of the foot, heel to the big toe. Those of you that have never done yoga and you just happen to be hopping on, I highly encourage you to go grab a golf ball right now, because you don't know what you're missing. You're just going all over, okay? That's really what you're doing. You might hang out at the ball of the foot. The big toe mounds can tend to get pretty sore, so if you want to spend a little time around in there. And then my arches, which all of our inner organs, if you don't know this about hands and feet, but even our senses, are all connected to these pressure points that are on the hands and on the feet. So the way our body digests, the kidneys, the liver, the spleen, intestines, all of that is connected to different points on your feet. So what I encourage you to do is, and sometimes it is a little different from left to right, meaning it's not exactly the same on both feet, that maybe your stomach's in the arch on one and not on the other. So I encourage you, if you're sore in a particular area, to go look that up when we finish this practice and see what that area might be, so you can give that area a little more attention. Okay, you got about 15 seconds. And let that go. Okay, all right. Wiggle out those toes, standing at the top of your mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, let's step back to a plank pose, putting our knees down and lower all the way down onto the belly. Begin to untuck your toes. Take your hands a little bit wider and then pop up on your fingertips. And inhale, little baby cobra, but on the fingertips. Tops of the feet pushing down. Exhale, lower, forehead to the floor. Inhale, again, lift up. Legs are strong, maybe a little higher this time. Exhale, release. Good. Again, inhale, lift, Legs strong, tailbone down, shoulders come out of our ears. Exhale. Last time, and I'm kind of scooting my hands in a little closer. If you're feeling tight, scoot them further away from you. You'll back it off a little bit. Exhale. Push into both of your hands. Push up to all fours. Breathe in. And then exhale to down dog or puppy pose. So down dog, hips are in the sky, knees are off the ground. Puppy pose, forehead is on the floor. Now I want you to really notice those feet. Notice those hands, your padas and your hastas. Hastas are the hands, padas are the feet. Lift your toes. Spread your toes out. And take 2 more breaths. Breathing in. Hug your hands together a little bit more, whether you're in puppy or down dog. Feel that upper back expand more. Exhale. Good. And then come down to the knees. Bring your right foot forward in between your hands. Lift your back knee back up again. And we're going to come up to a goddess squat. So we're going to walk left, bringing both hands, heels in, toes out, both hands onto your thighs. Okay, both hands onto your thighs. And I like my arms straight here. So allow your shoulders, for this one, they can come up towards the ears a little bit, all right? Just move a little bit side to side. Move a little bit side to side. So I like to do a little bit of almost a figure 8. I'm moving a little bit, leaning into one foot and then the other. And maybe you try to switch it around, which really messes with you just a little bit. And then come back to neutral, shoulders out of the ears. You're going to take your hands onto your shoulders. So today is about moving energy. We focused a lot on the feet and the hands already. So we don't even realize, right, the way that we're giving and the way that we're walking and connecting with the earth. So getting that into alignment. So now we're just going to work a little bit with the breath. Take your hands to your shoulders. Elbows are just relaxing down. And we're just going to move side to side, doing a Kapalabhati breath. So it's quick exhales going out through the nose, and the inhale happens naturally, okay? So take an inhale, take an exhale, shoulders are out of those ears, breathe in, and then either side, doesn't matter. Ten seconds, keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale. Inhale, reach your arms up. Hold the breath. You're going to straighten your legs, bring your palms together, hands to the heart. Woo! You feel all the feels. Yes, little tingling, some prana going into those legs after being bent for so long. Shake them out just a little bit. One more time. It won't be as long. It won't feel as long, I don't think, this time. Okay, they're ready. Bend back into the legs. If you need to kind of hammer out those quads a little bit, do that. Whichever side you started to, I want you to go to the other side first. Hands onto your shoulders. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. It's just 30 seconds, roughly. Here we go. Inhale and go. Keep going. So if your gaze or you tend to get dizzy, keep your head more center and focus on a point that doesn't move and just let the torso revolve, okay? Five, 4, 3, you're almost there. 2, and 1. Exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up. Hold. Hands to heart, straighten your legs. Exhale. Good. Just pause for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. Turn all 10 toes towards the long edge of your mat. So spin those heels out. Outer edges of your feet are parallel with the mat. Interlace your hands behind your back. Roll your chest open. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Now if you have a block, I encourage you here to go ahead and grab that. Letting the top of your head come to the block. You may have to stack up 2 if you have to. Reaching the arms up and over. Now come back to your Ujjayi breath if you haven't. Come back to the breath. Allow the shoulders to come out of the ears. So maybe reach the knuckles up towards the sky more. Create more space between the neck and the top of the shoulder. Keep that. Re-extend the arms up and over. Fingertips down to the floor. Inhale. Lift your gaze. Hands underneath your shoulders. Walk them out like you're kind of doing a down dog. You're on the fingertips. And exhale, bend your right knee, keep your left leg straight. Inhale, straighten right leg. Exhale, bend left. Inhale. If you want to go wider with the hands, exhale, you can do that. Inhale. Exhale. One more each side. Waking up that inner groin. Exhale. Back to center. Breathe in. Hands under the shoulders. Exhale. Breathe out. Turn your right toes back towards the front of your mat. Coming into a lunge. Breathe in. Exhale. Right foot back. Downward facing dog. Breathe out. Take a full breath here. Inhale. Take a full breath out. Exhale. Come down onto your knees. Inhale. This time, left foot's going to come forward in between your hands. So come onto the fingertips. You make space for that to happen. Lift your back knee up. Spin your back heel down to the ground. And let's come up to a warrior 2. Okay, warrior 2. Left foot is your front leg. Arms are opening up. Back leg strong and straight. Take the shoulders out of the ears. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Reach the arms to the sky. Straighten your front leg. Inhale. And back to warrior 2. Exhale. Reach the arms up. Breathe in. So feel as though you're kind of collecting energy. Exhale. Drawing in. Breathe in. And you're also releasing energy. Exhale. That's been stuck. That's been stagnant. Inhale. Exhale. Back leg strong. One more time. Breathe in. Exhale. Arms stay as they are. Straighten your front leg. Breathe in. Maybe scoot your back foot up just a little. Trikonasana. Left arm's going to reach forward. Grab your block if you like it. Left hand to the block, shin or floor. Right arm to the sky. Trikonasana. If you're ever feeling wobbly, you notice I have a wall behind me, always take your triangle and lay your back body up against the wall. It feels really nice. Take another breath. Good. Bend back into the right knee. Warrior 2. Inhale. Hands to the heart. Straighten the front leg. Exhale. Turn your left toes in 90 degrees. Turn your right toes out 90 degrees. Reach your arms open. Breathe in. Exhale, bend your right knee. Warrior 2. As we first come into the pose, we're holding it a little more. Finding the alignment of front knee over ankle. Noticing if that knee's collapsing. We want to keep it moving right. Back leg strong. Back inner thigh rotating inward, but outer right seat carving under. Shoulders come out of our ears. Straighten the front leg, reach the arms up, breathe in. Exhale, back to warrior 2. Inhale. Kind of noticing that constant ebb and flow. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale. Go to the point where you don't normally go. You're only there a breath. Exhale. You know that point? Inhale. One day that's the point you do, right? Exhale. Last time. Breathe in. Exhale. Stay here. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Reach forward, forward. Scooch the back foot up if you need to. Trikonasana, right hand down. Left arm up to the sky. Hug that bottom shoulder into the back of the heart as you gaze up. You can always look down here. It's a big pose on the neck, so really want to be careful there. Take one more breath. Keep pushing into that big toe mound. Slow bend your front knee. Come on up. Warrior two, arms open. Exhale, you're going to cartwheel out, coming back to the top of your mat. So I kind of switched myself around. Come back to the top of your mat, pivot your back heel up, and step to down dog. Exhale. So you may have to switch legs there. Take a breath in, and a breath out. Inhale, lift your heels. Slowly walk forward to the top of your mat. Separate your feet so they're 2 fist widths apart. Take your peace fingers and your thumbs to your big toes, and inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold and bow. Shake out that head and neck. Bend the elbows out to the sides. Lift the shoulders out of your ears. And feel like you're pushing into your heels and you're trying to spin the heels out to the sides just a little bit, waking up the outer band of the leg a little more. Inhale, lengthen. Now lean back, let go of one foot, slide the palm of your hand under so your toes start to come to your wrist creases. I'm bending my knees quite a lot here. Do the same with the second side. Inhale, lengthen. So another chance for us here to massage. Exhale, fold. So if you want to lean a little bit or even lift one heel and put a little more pressure into the hand. If it feels unsteady, please don't. But if you have the balance, you want to massage a little bit. Just standing on the hands is a big first step. It's hard for us initially to get even the toes to the wrist creases, so be patient with where the body is at today. And then sliding one foot back, lift that heel, slide your hand out. Do the same on the second side. Breathe in. Exhale, fold, breathe out. Reverse your swan dive. Easy does it. If you tend to get dizzy here, keep your chin down. That'll help. If you look up, it tends to make you feel a little more dizzy. Exhale, hands to the heart. All right, feet are back. They're hip distance apart. We're going to take a tree pose, standing on your right leg. So if you need a wall for some support, left foot's going to turn out. And you can start with the toes down on the ground. Firm the outer right hip in. Now, what energy in this moment would you like to have? What would you like to bring to this moment? So in this particular moment, I would like some grounded energy. Yours may be different. Might be some compassion or some kindness, so that if you fall out, you give yourself grace, hands to the heart. Continue to firm that outer right hip in. Then you're going to feel more feedback in that right inner thigh, which will connect into your foot. And then your foot feels like it's got a strong pillar to gently push the sole of your foot into your right inner thigh. Take another breath. Lengthen your tailbone down. Lift your sternum up a little bit more. Lift the soft palate, the top of the head a little higher. Good. And then slowly release. Let that foot come down. Look at intention guides our energy. So before you start the second side, I want you to think about it. What is it you would like to bring in? Okay. Our words are very powerful. They start to create the way the body is actually feeling in that moment. So words begin to guide the energy. And then as our energy shifts, so does our behaviors. So does our actions. Very important here to establish a drishti, a spot that you can focus on that is not moving. Firming your outer left hip in. Establish a connection to your breath. Lengthen your tailbone down. Firm that outer left hip to the point that you feel something against your right foot or your calf, right? Calf and foot or thigh, depending on what's there. Take one more breath. Soft palate rises, sternum lifts. And exhale, release. Good. Arms come by your sides. Reach up, breathe in. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step to plank again. I always encourage folks in this class putting the knees down, but if you want to just lower onto the belly, that's a-okay. Come all the way down. Okay, we're going to do just a little bit of, we get a lot of collection that can come in the hip creases, so we're going to do a little bit of a back bend using the hands. I don't do this one very often, but it really can be helpful. So you're going to take your palms are going to face down, and it's going to go right across your hip crease. Your arms are going to come in. Sorry, that mic is going to get a little muffled here for a second. Let's see if I can scoot that up. Okay. So hands are going to come in. The pinkies don't need to actually touch, although for some of you they might. Chin down. And all you're going to do, keep your forehead or your chin down, is lift your legs. So you get a little bit of pressure. And your arms, if you can, are inside those frontal hip points. Don't worry how high your legs go. Take another breath. Good. Now set it down. Now if this is just too much, just have your arms by your sides like a Shalabhasana. Palms facing down, thumbs out to the side. Okay? Take a breath in. Take a breath out. One more time. Hands in or out. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Lift just your legs. The hardest part is just getting the arms where they need to go. Lift the legs. Push into your palms. Feel your hamstrings engaging to pick those legs up. Good. Set the legs down. Lean to one side. Slide one arm out. Lean to the other side. Slide the opposite arm out. Open and close your hands. Bring your palms next to you. Cobra pose. Inhale. Curl up. Curl up. Shoulders out of the ears. Exhale back, puppy pose. So bring just hips over knees. Walk your arms forward. If you have a block, you actually have two blocks. It's very ideal. But if you only have one, you're just going to put both wrists over one. If you have two, just set them side by side. It's just a little wider for the shoulders. And let your hands just drape over those blocks. Lift the underside of the armpits up a little bit more. Melt the heart down. Good. And then walk your hands back off of those blocks if you're using them. And let your elbows get to the ground so you can safely push into the hands and lift your body up. All right, yogis, we're going to come on the back. I want you, if you have a strap, to make sure it's near and your tennis ball is also near. Okay? So let's come on to the back. We're going to take left foot to the floor. Strap is going to go onto the ball of your right foot. Onto the ball of your right foot. So left leg, if you're tighter in the hamstring here, it's probably going to feel better in your body to have the left foot on the floor. If you feel open enough, you are welcome to extend your left leg out. I am not concerned that your right leg, even if you are very flexible here, is close to your face. It really does not need to be beyond your hip point, beyond the hip socket, okay? So I'd rather have you just be vertical here. Left hand can be on the top of your left thigh. Push up through your right big toe mound. And all I want you to do is just flowing a little energy. So we kind of contracted those hamstrings a lot in that last movement. I want you to just bend your right knee like you're coming toward a half happy baby. And then exhale, push it back up. Bend. So knee can come more. You can see mine's going off to the side. Push it back up. One more time. Bend. Exhale. push. This is such a great sequence for the back here. Take hold of the strap with the right hand, take the leg out to the right. Now, if you wanted to, you could support your outer leg with a block. That's optional. Left hand is staying on that left thigh. Pull your hand against your strap. Push your foot out against your hand and carve the outer right seat underneath you. Again, left foot can be on the floor here. It doesn't need to be a straight leg, and don't worry about how much the leg opens. Okay, it doesn't need to open very far to the right. Bring it back up, breathe in. Left foot to the floor. I want you to scoot your hips a little bit to the right. And then let your left hand hold the strap now and bring the leg across your body. And I have the wall, so I'm just going to use it to my advantage. Right arm is going to open. If this is too much, you can always just bend the right knee and put your right foot on top of your left thigh instead of having a straight leg. Noticing just where you're feeling this sensation. Take another breath. This pose and the architecture of it is very similar to revolved triangle, just a supine form of it. Bend that knee in. Let's come back to center, reposition the hips, so push into that right foot so you can position your hips back to center, and we're going to switch sides. Left foot, strap around the ball of the foot, right leg bent or straight, right hand on the thigh, left foot up in the air. Moving a little bit here into a half happy baby. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. One more time. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Take the hand or the left leg off to the left. Moving your outer left hip away from you, rotating your right inner thigh towards the floor, so getting more length from the right inner groin to the right inner heel, and then carving this outer left hip under. So this side I'm not opening near as far just because I have the wall to catch. And I feel just as much of a stretch. So just don't worry again about how much a leg is opening up. Here's the thing. Everybody feels something. Bend the right knee. Put the foot on the floor. Bring the left leg back to the midline. I feel like we can get distracted and discouraged sometimes. Shift your hips to the left. Now we are all going to straighten the right leg. Switch the strap to your right hand. I'm going to use the block on this side as I bring the leg over. Leg comes over to the right. Sometimes we can get discouraged, especially in a class, when we see other yogis doing things that we're not there yet. And I'm here to remind you that it's never about that. I've watched yogis in poses that look very advanced, but you can tell by the way they're breathing that they're not doing yoga in that moment, right? And so the practice is being okay with where you are in the moment. The practice is understanding that these poses are here truly at the end of the day to help shift our energy. Why do you feel good after a practice? Because our energy shifts. That's really what it's all about. Because for 20 minutes, 5 minutes, an hour, 90 minutes, we stopped thinking maybe so hard about this constant stream of thoughts going on in our head, bring it back up. And we came into the present moment and we realized that we made some space. Bend your left knee to your chest and your right knee into your chest. We made some space between maybe our problem and the moment, and we realized it's maybe not as bad as we thought it was. Rocking side to side. Okay, we're going to get our tennis ball. We're going to do a little work through the upper back, okay? Now, here's the thing about fascial release, and you just never want it to be on bone, okay? Not good, not comfortable, not good. So we're working just like a masseuse would work into the tissues. And so when you think about your back, we don't want the tennis ball going right on your shoulder blade. That's not going to feel good. But if you can feel right to the inner border of your shoulder blade, that's where we're going to go for right now. So I'm going to be putting it between my spine and my shoulder blade. That's where the tennis ball is going to go. Now, if you don't have one, let me just get these set up. We'll start here, then I'll show you with the towel, okay? So head down, feet on the floor, lean left, and with the hand, slide that tennis ball into the inner border of your right shoulder blade. And I just start laughing because it's just like, why don't I do this every day? Okay, it's not going to feel quite the same with the towel, but it is still going to feel good. So you're going to take a towel. If you don't have a tennis ball, go buy one. And you're just going to roll it up. And I'm going to kind of make it small so it's kind of like a ball, right? And I'm going to just set it, same thing. Ooh, see, this still does feel good. Washcloth's probably better than my hand towel, but that's okay. We're going to move a little different. You know, the tennis ball has more ability to roll, and you're going to have to do a little bit more movement with the towel. And you might need an additional, like I would like a blanket with this to have my head up a little bit higher here. All right, so yogis, I know you could be here for days, so I probably don't need to tell you too much. Just make sure that you're not connecting to bone. And when you find a spot, I just stay there sometimes. I practice. Like can I be in a really hard thing and still feel a sense of peace and inner calm? Good, and you can go more mid-back. Time goes too fast, doesn't it? Sometimes I could be here for quite some time. So if you need to move it a little bit. All right, now we're going to stay on the right side. We're going to lean, but I want to give you some yumminess for your hip. Ooh, let's just enjoy that moment for a second, can we? Wow. As we take that ball out. All right, left foot's on the floor. You're going to lean left. You're going to slide your ball under your right booty cheek. And then you're going to straighten your right leg. And the left foot's going to stay on the floor. This is controlling how much weight and pressure I'm putting. And I'm just going to lean a little right and roll around. So you can roll more to the outer hip, like almost on your side. There's a lot to be explored here once again. I'm doing my best to not say anything that would need to be filtered. So you can always push at any time with the left foot, right? And totally lift your hips right up off that ball. You're controlling the amount of pressure that's happening. Now, if you ever get a zing, there shouldn't be any zings, okay? And hopefully we're not going into an area that you're going to get a zing. But sometimes if we are on the more slender side, the tennis ball can just be a little bit much. So you might actually like the towel or the washcloth. It will be better. Keep rolling around here a little bit. You can also use those, if you ever go to physical therapy, the actual balls that they give you there. If you've never bought one, it's worth $6. Okay, lean left, take that ball out, enjoy the moment. What if we just did that more often? We just had these pauses, these like stop and enjoy the moments, right? I like that idea. All right, lean right. Ball. Ooh, it's going to go under your left side. Your left arm is doing its best just to relax. And you're rolling around. Remember, it's not on you're going to feel it maybe connecting to your shoulder blade, but you're not putting any weight on that. The ball is on the meaty part, on the inner border of the shoulder blade. Okay, your rhomboids, part of your trapezius. Lots of muscles overlapping here across the back. And just even tiny little movements where the ball's not actually moving, but you're just sliding a little bit can really help. Again, if you want to put a towel or a blanket under your head just to prop the head up a little bit more, that could be helpful. Once you find a spot, just you can stay with it. You can do gentle little, gentle little movements. And I'd love to have way more time. We're only spending a minute or two in each of these areas, and you really could take a solid 5 plus. Okay, and then lean to your right side. Whew. Enjoy the moment. And then left outer hip. So this time, right foot's going to stay on the floor. You're leaning right. You're going to get the ball under your left glute, and then you're going to straighten your right leg. And then pushing with your right foot, lean a little bit left. So you're just rotating all around. It's one of the things I'm working on in my own life, just when I find to help shift energy. Because I don't know about you, but the mind has a mind of its own sometimes, and even though I don't want to think disempowering thoughts, they happen to pop in there. And you remember when you were a kid and you were like, not it. Remember that? Nobody wanted to be it when you played tag, not it. So that's my pattern interrupt, where I'm thinking a thought, it's coming in, not it. Like, that's not it. That's not the thought, not it. And sometimes I'll try to replace it with a thought that would serve better. And sometimes it's just the pattern interrupt of just stop that thought. Not it. That's not it. Kind of work, you guys, right? If you can get into towards your sitting bone a little bit, not on the sitting bone, but just around, above it, below it, toward the medial part. Anytime we say medial, we're going toward the midline part. Oh, maybe it's just mine, but yikes. And that one actually, I mean, it's sore, but man, it feels good. Like, wow, that feels good. It's like when a PT gets in there with their elbow. If you've ever been to PT, you're actually sore the next day from a massage. Yeah, there might be some stuck energy in there, right? If you have more time, I'm going to get us moving toward Shavasana here, but if you have more time, pause me, stop the video if you're watching the recording of this, and stay here and linger longer, please. Lean right, those of you that don't, you're doing it live. Slide that block, blanket, ball, whatever it is. Take the prop out. Enjoy the moment. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Let's take a happy baby pose. Flex your feet. Rock a little bit side to side. We have done a lot to move energy, yogis. We have done breath work. We have done fascial release. We have done heart openers, hamstrings, groins, balance pose. Like you have done, even though we did 2 standing poses. We didn't do a ton. We still were able to address so many areas. We open the shoulders, bring the soles of your feet together in the air, hold the outer edges of your feet, draw your big toes towards your sternum. And I say that so we never underestimate the power of yoga as healing. And yoga always can be healing, but doing a practice where it feels more restorative and it's a little slower and there's not as much time standing up can be incredibly effective. And if there's a final pose that you would love to do, I want you to take a moment, let yourself move into that shape. Otherwise, let's let your legs extend out. Grab a blanket or a block or anything that you want to support your shavasana. Sometimes I'll do blocks under my shins to kind of prop up my shins. It's like kind of like a legs up the wall. Other times I'll cover up with the blanket. So get any props that you would like. Close your eyes. Allow your outer body to completely release. And enjoy these next few minutes. When it's time to come out, I will ring a soft bell. begin to move your fingers and your toes. Let's stretch our arms up and over our head. Bend your knees, place your feet to the earth, roll to your right side. If you're practicing this in the evening, later on, you can roll to the left. Use your hands, bring your body back upright. As you come to seated, I want you to take your hands, turning your palms in toward each other, about shoulder distance apart, palms facing in. I want you to begin to visualize an energy that you hold between your own hands. You might begin to notice a little bit of heat in the palms. And as you try to bring the hands in a little closer, there might almost be a sense of resistance. As you physically feel that energy that you cannot see but you know is there. And then let your hands come all the way together, an Anjali Mudra, bringing your thumbs up towards your sternum. They say when we are vibrating at a high vibration that our energy field is truly like a ball that radiates between 6 and 10 feet out from our actual physical body. So as you leave the mat today, I want you to remember the energy that lies within you, the greatness that lies within you. And when you have a thought that comes in, not it. Okay, a pattern interrupt, something that reminds you that you are greater than the thoughts that you are thinking at times, the ones that take you down. So as you bring thumbs to third eye, I thank you so much for joining me on your mat today. It is a gift, as always, every week to be with you, and I appreciate all of you that, whether you come on for a minute or the whole practice, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Namaste. Thank you, yogis. Such a gift, such a gift. We may be running this marathon, and we may not be able to see the finish line, but what I do know is that we are all in this together, that we are not alone. So I thank you. And if you would love to be part of a community as well that just has a little bit more regularity, join our Namaste November. The people that are in this group give me goosebumps, and you will never find a more supportive group. We are filling up. It will close on Friday, will be the last day. Saturday, Halloween will be the last day. Can't get my days of the month right. So I'll put a link if you are still interested in Namaste November. Please sign up. We would love to have you. It is one thing you will not regret joining this group. I can guarantee you that. So thank you, friends. Have an amazing week, and I will see you next time.